Hello everyone, welcome to Best Recipes with Sharon. Here is an interesting recipe for chocolate butterscotch sandwich cookies. The cookie part is made from a rolled chocolate cookie dough, and then the filling is a creamy butterscotch filling that complements the cookie very well. This would be a great recipe to add to your cookie collection, especially if you're looking for something different and a little unusual. And we'll get right to it right after this advertisement. If you want to purchase my first cookbook, it's available on Amazon, and I've provided a quick link in the description below this video. Thanks so much for your support. Let's get back to today's featured video. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, so let's start by making the chocolate cookie dough. Add 1 cup of softened unsalted butter to the mixing bowl. Next is 1 large egg. Measure and add 1 cup of white sugar. And whisk that together until it's well combined. Now then we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of cocoa. Then we'll add half a teaspoon of baking powder and another half a teaspoon of baking soda. And once again, a half a teaspoon, but this time it's salt. Then we'll add 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Then to make it nice and rich, we'll add 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla. Now it's good to have a mixer for this part, and you'll have it do all the work for you. Mix it until it forms a stiff dough. You can see what the dough looks like here. So next, I'm placing it in a plastic bag, and I'm going to put that in the fridge and have it chill for about 30 minutes to an hour. And it makes it easier to roll out if you flatten it out a little bit before putting it in the fridge. Once it's chilled, remove it from the fridge and cut your dough in half so that it makes it more manageable for rolling out. Place that first half onto a little bit of parchment paper and place another piece of parchment paper over the top and put it slightly over the edge of the counter so that you can anchor it with your body when you go to roll it out. You'll find that this helps out quite a bit. So roll it out to about 1/4 inch thick or so, and then remove the top sheet of parchment paper and go ahead and cut your shapes. Now I'm being brave by using different types of cookie cutters that are all kinds of shapes, but the easiest ones are the simple ones, especially for a sandwich cookie. So the round shape or the square shape particularly, those would be the easier ones. And you would notice this mostly when you're going to put your cookie together. So for a sandwich cookie and you've got your filling in the middle, you want to make sure that your shapes are matched up properly. So just for fun, I'm going to do several different shapes and just to show that it can be done. I guess I don't want it too easy, eh? And I mean, you could eat these cookies just as a chocolate cookie and you wouldn't have to put the filling in between either. Or you could actually use them and put like an icing type filling in the middle that would be like an Oreo cookie. It's another option. This cookie dough is actually pretty easy to work with, so I think you'll find it fun. If you're used to doing rolled cookies, this is not exactly a hard one to do. So have lots of fun with it. Bake these cookies in a 350 degree oven on the middle rack for about 11 or 12 minutes. And once they're baked up, the next thing we'll do is make sure we have our filling prepared. You can prepare the filling while it's actually setting in the fridge, but for the purpose of the video, we'll show you how to make the butterscotch filling next. Start by melting 1/4 cup of unsalted butter in a medium-sized saucepan. Add 3/4 cup of packed dark brown sugar. Measure and add 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. Now cook this over a moderately high heat, stirring it constantly and bring it up to a boil, and then boil it for about 2 minutes. And during that time, give it a stir every once in a while. Once the 2 minutes is up, remove it from the heat. Now this part will take a little bit of time because you want it to cool off until it's barely warm to the touch. Pour it into a bowl, and I placed it in the fridge so that it would cool down even more quickly. Now then sift 1.5 cups of confectioner's sugar into a large mixing bowl. In this bowl, you add 1/4 cup of softened butter. And then add your butterscotch mixture that has been cooled off. Now to help enrich the butterscotch flavors, add 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla extract. And it's the alcohol content in the pure vanilla that helps to make this really rich. Using a handheld mixer, I beat this until it's light and fluffy. And it takes a lot of patience because you'll have to wait for quite a few minutes to get it to that point. Now I've been beating this for a good 15-20 minutes and it's still a little bit runny, so what I'm going to do is take and put it in the fridge until it continues to set. Let's see how it looks now. Alright, I conclude. Well, here we'll just take and scoop about 1 tablespoon of the butterscotch filling onto the center of each of the cookies and then top them off with another cookie and press it gently to form a sandwich. And this is where you need to make sure that you have a top and a bottom for each shape of cookie that you're making. So I forgot to mention that when we were doing the cutouts earlier in the recipe. So hopefully everyone would think of that as they're doing it. So you can store these in an airtight container for probably up to a week, or go ahead and freeze them, better yet, and take them out a little bit at a time as you need them. And just a little tip that I didn't do here today, but you could glaze or drizzle a little bit of icing over the top of these cookies and let it set as well. And you could always add little sprinkles or shaved chocolate over that. It's up to you, but for today, here's the recipe for chocolate butterscotch sandwich cookies. I hope you enjoy them, and if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and comment in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.